Greetings, YouTube. You know it's no secret by now if you've been watching my channel lately. I am not a big fan of these MCOC Infinity Dungeons. I think they were a good idea conceptually, but the communication is terrible between people. You almost have to go outside the game to something like the Line app to get consistent communication, which causes you at times to have to restart the game and lose precious minutes of actual time in the dungeon. That then, of course, prolongs the entire experience for everyone, even if you advance to the next room. But besides that, I had this central question that was in my mind from the beginning, and it just made sense that this could be the case. But I didn't want to say anything until we had some data, because you just never know. I thought to myself, these dungeons are fascinating because you cannot do anything in the game, even if you have to move an Alliance quest or Alliance war, which has certainly been a huge problem I've been hearing from some of my subscribers, that their Alliance members are choosing to do dungeons over moving, and that can cause a lot of drama and tension and probably unexpected burnout and anger from the game, which is the last thing Kabam needs right now. But nevertheless, I thought this hypothesis, if you will. If you are playing the dungeons, you cannot be doing anything else. And that means you cannot be grinding in the arena. And a lot of the people who are doing the dungeons and getting all the top milestones are, of course, the whales that want that 5-star Juicy Awakening gem at the end of the month. And also the chance to get as many of those 5-star Dark Artifact special crystals as possible. So I thought to myself, if you can't do two things at once and you're spending multiple hours a day doing the dungeons, potentially, at least an hour a day, would the arena scores be lower? Now, I wasn't expecting them to be crazy low or anything. I just expected them to be lower than normal, lower than Proxima Midnight's score. And we know, because now we are exiting this in that top left screen, so I can just go to the next part of this video, that our most recent arena was the first round of a champion that, though not God tier necessarily, is someone who certainly could be high demigod in Corvus Glaive. And so if you had asked me objectively what I thought that this first 5-star featured arena that I was lucky enough to get the 1 to 10% in, what the score would be, Proxima Midnight went for like, oh gosh, was it 53 million? I thought that maybe he'd be closer to the first round of the newest God tier champ. That's new as in new to the arena, but certainly not new to the game. That's Hyperion. I thought maybe it'd be around 39 to 40 million, which is significantly lower than Proxima Midnight's score of 53 million. And yes, the hype of this champion isn't as much as the other champion, but it's still a new champion, and usually that means that the score is higher. What I'm about to do is I'm about to leave the game, and we're going to go to my photos because I've taken a screenshot of the estimated cutoff for the first round, and this truly breaks my mathematical mind. I don't get it. It's hard to believe. This is a lower score than many of the very, very average 5-star featured champions that have been introduced since the 5-star arena was announced in the last couple of months. But this is what the data says, and this is MCOC Trucos, which is always right, as far as I know. They've never been wrong. So check this out. We're going to go, and looky here. Not 40 million, 14 million. Are you kidding me? And of course, we only have one data set. Maybe this is an outlier. But for those of you who feel like you can't grind for that top 10% and get that juicy 20% of a fully formed 5-star crystal and 200, that was about 8 million. That's the lowest that we've seen since the very first cutoff round of the 5-star featured arena, which was around 7.5 million. This is fantastic news for people who want to grind in the arena but don't have the time to do the normal insane 40 million. Now, for the record, I don't expect it to be this low next time. In fact, I expect a lot of people to wake up, spend less time in the dungeons or less time sleeping and more time grinding. But regardless, this blows my mind. I never thought we would ever see anything close to this, especially from a new 5-star champion and one that is at least in the demigod tier range. So this is great news, at least for the moment. This is one of those things that I guarantee you, because I am part of this. Had I known, because I think I got about 11 million, had I known that I just needed to do 3 million more to get this 5-star champ, if nothing else for Alliance War diversity, oh my gosh, I would have been all over this guy for defense. And yet, I can't do it. That opportunity's gone. And you would think that at least the number would be 20 million in the second round just because this cutoff was so low. But who knows? Maybe I'll be doing another shocking video in about 3 days. Regardless, this is historic for the community. This is fascinating data for my mathematical brain and someone that grinds the arena weekly. And overall, are you as shocked as I am about this? This is something that truly is mind-blowing. 14 million for the top 150. I can't believe it. I'm staring at this number. It feels like a dream. And yet we're making this video, and I trust MCOC Trucos very, very much. So thanks for watching, YouTube. I hope this blows your mind as much as it blows, it blows your mind, excuse me, as much as it blows mine. And overall, I hope that even though I don't expect this to be the consistent score, that this means in general the arena scores are lower in the future as long as dungeons are available, because that gives the average player a better chance for better rewards. And in the meantime, good luck if you're grinding the dungeons. I personally am doing almost no dungeons right now because I want to enjoy my life, and I would rather keep playing casually than dedicate 1 hour straight or even half an hour straight to doing this. So that's my personal preference, but I understand if you are the opposite and you're trying to get all those milestones, and I wish you the best of luck if that is you, because you deserve it, and hopefully you will get the best of luck as well in your next crystal openings. Again, thanks for watching, YouTube.